Anywhere else? Thanks. Act like you've been here. See, that's what you get.
He's paying you no mind right now. He's locked in.
He's literally so locked into his text messages, he forgot he was on TV for a second.
You getting text from Jimmy?
Not him.
Somebody. I know when your face goes that way. I know when your face goes that way. You get somebody.
Oh, that just got more focused. Oh, gay face.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you see that?
Something's happening.
Let's go.
Do you have anything that you want to share, or do you want me to just get to the question here?
You'll know through my soliloquies today who's texting me.
Oh.
Because I get a lot of texts from people, players, coaches, executives,
Okay.
They text me during the game.
Okay.
In the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
Especially
good.
now.
You're good.
Especially now.
Start referring to somebody
New
with a hand like that.
New York Knicks partying last night. They had a great plane ride home. They celebrated. We got to get the hell to Julius Randle. Just right, but let's go on to the subject. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Stephen A.
It's right there. Let's go. Let's go.
Stephen A. Smith.
Yes.
Seriously. Really happy for New York. Happy you won the first round. Big deal, the whole thing. I know it's been a long time. But how much did the Knicks fear Jimmy Butler?
Excuse me? But could you repeat that question?
How much did the New York Knicks fear Jimmy Butler?
How much should they or how much do they?
How much should they?
Be careful
He's
now.
been going off.
Be careful now.
But Jimmy Butler and I go back ways. I'm very concerned because he's that dude. And we'll have a discussion later about over the last 4 seasons what this man has done in the postseason. I understand that. Jimmy Butler is a superstar in the playoffs. He is something special. And he's a rough rider. He's a dog. I mean, he's not one of those people that's just trying to win. He wants to come to Gotham City, the Mecca, Madison Square Garden, and ruin everything for New Yorkers. That's what he wanted to do. That's the kind of spirit he got. We have to stop this man. We have to stop this man. Now, there's a lot of reasons to be worried because he's hitting threes now. Dropped 42, got 98 points in the last 2 games, completely taken off. We can talk later or a little bit later on in this segment about how much he was held by Mike Budenholzer, how much he was held by 13 missed free throws by Giannis, how much he was held, by Grayson Allen not really paying attention to the clock in the last shot of the game, how much he was held. A lot of things. But in the end, it does not take away from the greatness of Jimmy Butler. I understand that when I'm talking about postseason Jimmy, I'm talking about greatness. I get all of that. But New York, a different animal, baby. And when you come to the Garden, it's a different stage. And Jimmy's been on a lot of stages. Hell, he went to the finals. That was in the bubble. He was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. But when you come to the Garden, it's a different beast, okay?
You think he's intimidated by the Garden?
We gonna find out. I see y'all talking. We gonna find out. Remember, although he was a different player then, he was coached in Chicago by Tom Thibodeau. He was coached in Minnesota by Tom Thibodeau.
That's a good point.
The man is familiar. I'm gonna make nothing but good points. The point that I'm trying to make to you, we understand that this coach is familiar with Jimmy Butler. Now, Jimmy Butler might be familiar with them too. All I'm trying to say to you is this. There is a reason to fear Jimmy Butler, but that will only elevate the level of focus and tenacity and commitment that is necessary to take him down. And he will go down in this series. The Garden is a different animal. The Knicks have home court advantage in this series. Games 1, 2, 5, and 7 at the Garden, okay? I like the New York Knicks' chances. And by the way, just as an aside to my brother Kenny Smith, Queens in the building, Kenny Smith, TNT. The blasphemy. This man picked Miami. I was ashamed. It's a betrayal to New York. But I'll hold it down. New York will handle their business because they fear Jimmy Butler respectfully enough. They will key on him in ways that Milwaukee inexplicably never did.
So, the fear aspect, sure, whatever. Jimmy don't care about whether people fear him or not. Like, he's the Dark Knight of the NBA, right? Like, he's a guy that continues to elevate his level of play. Here's where I think the Knicks do have an advantage. And I'm going to get a little bit into what we saw over the last couple of games.
Okay.
I think Tom Thibodeau, and you already alluded to the fact, Stephen A., that he understands the blueprint about playing Jimmy because he's coached Jimmy. I'll be damned if I think Tom Thibodeau's going to go under every ball screen and play drop coverage.
Ridiculous.
All day long.
Ridiculous.
I'll be damned if I think he's going to put Mitchell Robinson on Bam Adebayo and just let him see the court and make passes. I would be damned if Tom Thibodeau is not going to have some kind of big on the ball and some kind of bigger player guard Jimmy Butler, or if there's an end-of-game scenario, not to let him catch the ball underneath the rim. I think Tom Thibodeau is a better coach than Coach Budenholzer, and yeah, I'm saying it because he understands the defensive principles that are needed in order for this team to win the game. And I think the skilled players of New York, defensively, the way these guys defend the perimeter, they're not going to only let Jimmy Butler beat them. When you think about he's accounted for close to 100 points in 2 games.
Yeah.
Molly, it's 100 points in 2 games. And the game plan never changed. It didn't change once, Stephen A. Are we talking about the playoffs? Are we talking about adjustments? And when the game is in the trenches, the details matter? I just think Tom Thibodeau and the personnel that the Knicks have are better suited. Now, you call me a Miami Heat hater all you want. I love the culture. I love Mickey and Nick Harrison. I love everything this team stands for. I think Eastbro is one of the best coaches in the league. And I love Jimmy Butler. I think he's one of the best performers in the playoffs the game of basketball has today. But I think the scheme, I think the personnel that the Knicks have, and I think the way Jalen Brunson is playing, with or without Julius Randle, is enough to get by the Miami Heat. That's what I feel about it.
Well, first of all, I'm very, very proud of your synopsis there, your breakdown, because the outcome is exactly what I wanted to hear. The New York Knicks, again, we will have a healthy fear of Jimmy Butler because he warrants it. He is worthy of it. His star caliber performances over the last 4 years in the postseason, third leading scorer in the postseason, by the way, over the last 4 years. There is no question that Jimmy Butler is somebody to be feared, but feared in a manner that allows you to motivate yourself to the highest level to be ready. Leave no stone unturned. There ain't a rock you ain't supposed to crawl on. You cover yourselves, R.J. Barrett, the way he played the last 3 games. You got to continue to play the way. One driving to the basket the first 2 games. Driving to the basket a lot more in the last 3 games. That's why he was so effective over these last 3 games or so. Jalen Brunson just continue to be you. Julius Randle get healthy. He was playing good in that first half before he got hurt. Making amends for how he performed in game 4. He was making amends. You're going to have to play big. Mitchell Robinson, 18 rebounds.
11 offensive rebounds.
Okay, that's a big, big deal. We love that, okay? But Bam Adebayo is a different animal because he's mobile. And unlike Mobley, who's thin in the waist, unlike Allen, who looked a bit petrified, you got a situation with Bam Adebayo where there ain't going to be a problem. So he's going to be active. How many putbacks did Bam register last night, particularly in key moments? I counted at least 3. This is a person that you're going to have to watch out for. So when Mitchell Robinson is helping, he's looking to watch the block shot or thwart shot. You got to keep in mind that somebody like Bam Adebayo is going to attack the board. So you can't go too small too often because if Mitchell Robinson is helping out, who's going to help Mitchell on that backside when he's doing stuff like that? You don't watch all of it. I understand that. But in the end, the New York Knicks played 3 and 4 games against Miami. They won 3 of them this year. All of them was close games. I get all of that. One of the games, I give it to Miami. The Knicks lucked up because Randle had turned the ball over like 3 damn times on the same possession before recapturing the basketball and launching a shot at the buzzer to beat Miami. Don't even count that one. But in the end, the games are tight. And I think this series is going to be tight. They're going to go back and forth. And what you cannot have is Jimmy Butler getting loose. You have to treat him like Jordan. You have to treat him like Kobe, LeBron. You got to treat him like he's that kind of superstar. Because in the postseason, damn it, he practically is. That's how you got to go at him. That's how you have to prepare for him. And I have faith that Tom Thibodeau will do just that. Budenholzer is another matter entirely.
All right, we'll get into this more later. And I'll ask you how